클리닉 리뷰를 하겠습니다. 큰 박수로 맞아주세요.
Hello, my name is Dong-hyun Kim. Today I came to join the fifth presentation. I already joined the former four presentations. The book that I brought to explain today is Lunch Money. The characters are Greg, Mora, and the principal. The story starts in Greg's school. I think you'll be amused after reading. Now I'll tell you the story. There was a boy named Greg who liked to earn or observe money. To make money, he did chores. One day, he saw children use quarters to buy lunch at school and decided to sell his things. At first, he sold candy and gum. But the principal saw and stopped him. After a few days, he bought toys through the internet and sold them on the hallway. Everyone liked to buy them, and he took the toys the next day, but some toys were left. Therefore, he took 5 different kinds of toys, but he couldn't sell many because the principal called him and asked not to sell any toys. When he was checking how much he earned, he got an idea. He decided to make his own comic book. He earned 25 cents by selling 100 copies. One day, he saw Mora selling her own book. When Greg was younger than now, he used to sell lemonade by 25 cents. But Mora turned up and sold lemonade by 20 cents. Greg felt angry and shouted at her that she wouldn't be able to sell anything by her own ability. The next day, Mora came to Greg's house to sell pot holders to her mom. It was $2 and her mom bought 10 pot holders. At Mr. Z's class, Greg and Mora fought and Greg got a bloody nose. Greg felt angry and tore Mora's comic book because he thought Mora took his comic book, but he found out Mora bought his book. After that, they got close and decided to make a new comic book. 2 weeks, they met in the library or their houses. 2 weeks later, they made a new comic book. They started to sell. After that, the principal called them not to sell any copies. So they wanted the place to sell, but they tried to find the right place, but no one helped them. Meanwhile, they got a suggestion from a broadcasting station, and so they prepared to support their opinions on a TV show. Greg said first, I came here to have a permission, to get a permission. I didn't know we had to get a permission from the principal if we wanted to sell the things. Second was Mora. She explained the book clubs sold books in the school and they wanted the same treatment. The math teacher, Mr. Z, got the presentation too. He said the book clubs sell all kinds of books in the school and Greg and Mora wanted the same permission. If they kept making cartoons, they would improve their ability and in the future they would use it for their lives. And he mentioned 74% of people read comics when they were in elementary or middle school, and 85% of people read comics when they were children or young teenagers. And almost everybody read comics in the newspapers. And he concluded cartoons didn't have any harm to children. The last one who had a presentation was the principal, Miss Danforth. She said she wasn't allowed to read comics when she was young, so she built up her thinking of no comics for children. But the day before, she saw comics in front of her house, and it was the first time to read comics. And she realized the comics would be good for children. And he concluded she would allow Greg and Mora to sell comic books in the school, and Greg and Maura achieved what they wanted from the TV show. And after that, the principal made a store in the school, and the clerks were Greg and Maura. How was the story? Was it good enough to listen? I believe you would enjoy it a lot. I chose this book because the argument between Greg and Maura was very interesting. Also, I like money too. I felt surprised when I found out the reverse of this book. I like comics too. My best hobby is watching TV, and the second hobby is reading comic books. I think this book isn't very good to read, but also very fun, but also very good to read. If I have a chance, I would recommend this book to my friends and you. Now my book presentation is over. Thank you for listening.
5번째